Trying to scare us, pressure us and censor us. But let me tell you something. An injured animal is most dangerous when it is backed into a corner. The media and the Democrats have no idea what we've in the shadows. The great meme war isn't over, my friend. It has only just begun. It's time we make a stand. Stop being silent. Fight for what is right. And for all that is worth fighting for. Because if we lose this election, America will no longer be free. So fight to your last breath, my friends. Or die trying.
Invite your friends. Invite your family. Invite your liberal coworkers.
Good morning, MAGA. Welcome to the show. The show, the only show probably on this Scope account. This is the Dilley Show, and I am your host, author Brendan Dilley. Still breathing the wisdom and teachings of a perfectly flawed man. You guys can pick that up on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, or any other major book retailer. Yeah, we're going through it right now. They have permanently suspended me from Twitter and probably Periscope. I don't even know if we'll get through this entire broadcast today. I'm going to be honest with you. They will probably delete this mid-scope, mid-stream. We'll see. They have deleted all of my work. They have deleted all of my accounts. Not one of my, quote, suspensions has ever been something that actually was violating their TOS. And, I wasn't even sure I'd be able to broadcast on this channel today. We're at a different level right now. They're trying to, obviously, I've expanded the show, expanded the studio. But what Twitter is doing now should scare the shit out of all of you guys because it's a new level. I've been doing this a long time. You guys have seen me get deleted and come back. They're at the point now. I don't know if the algorithms are just that good to where even when you have got the most secure stuff you can think of, as far as security goes, they're able to get past it and identify you. Or if it is a manual, it's just as likely it's a bunch of Chinese and liberal leftist accounts mass reporting, and there's people literally assigned to make sure that you are not coming back the way I have. But I can tell you that this is a different level. I know the different levels. I've been doing this a long time. I went years without ever having a problem, and then I've went 3.5 years of nothing but them trying to censor me. And they've ratcheted things up before this election. Trump wins or it's over, this country. I'm just telling you right now in November. This is, if you ever wanted to get a glimpse of what communism looks like, tyrannical statism that just completely smothers out anybody and everybody who goes against the agenda for the narrative, this is what it looks like. A guy who is self-made, trying to do a show, an audience of consistently 40 to 45,000 people, Monday through Friday, trying to watch a show, and big tech is snuffing it out, trying to make sure it does not exist. Not only that, it's all of the millions of dollars in advertising that would be lost. Small businesses that invest and rely on this show to succeed. And it's been a beautiful thing. That's what commerce is all about. That's what MAGA commerce is all about. We've been able to create a show that people they can actually come market their products and launch their businesses. And it's not based on who they knew or whether they were in a big store or a big retailer or whether they could afford commercial advertising on television. They were able to go directly to their target audience, their target market, and they were able to survive or succeed or fail based on the strength of their product and or service. This is the way commerce was supposed to be done, was here on the Dilley Show. And they're trying to remove all of that. This show the loss of this show would not just be the loss of me. It would be the loss of many, many small businesses and MAGApreneurs that love our president, work tirelessly for him, donate to the campaign, volunteer for the campaign, and who really many of you have come to rely upon for their quality products. So I'm never going to stop because this is what God put me on earth to do. Once you know what God put you here for, it's very difficult to try and do anything else. This is my purpose. All of you are my purpose. Free speech is my purpose. America is my purpose. And I never want to stop doing this show. I love doing this show. I love hanging out with you guys. I love reading you your birthday wishes. And I love wishing you your happy anniversaries. And I love remembering your loved ones who've passed on. So I'm not going to stop. I just don't know where I'm going to do it from. Because they're going to make this as hard as possible. And they're doing it the most effective way. And I got to respect the enemy. The most effective way to really destroy somebody is you remove their ability to financially support their family. And you undermine their ability to just simply survive and live as a person. And then you can drown out everything else. You remove them from the board. Which is why I just wanted to take a special moment to say thank you to everybody who goes to the Subscribe Star, the one place that hasn't censored me, and who has signed up. This broadcast is only on today because of you guys and because of my MAGA sponsors, which we're going to talk about. Yeah, that's right. Our first MAGA sponsor today, who's kept us going, is LicorishGuy.com. Everybody loves Licorice Guy. Nobody says a bad thing about Licorice Guy. And you want to know why? Because Licorice Guy has the best licorice on planet Earth. It's delicious. It is family-owned MAGA commerce business, okay? Nostalgic dime store flavors you can't get anywhere else. You're going to get all of these incredible flavors. Blue raspberry, limited edition watermelon right now. That's the summer favorite. This is where it's at. The licorice has less sugar and more flavor than most store-bought licorices. And it's only $5 a bag. So you guys deserve to treat yourself. You can mix and match. And please consider checking out their products. And you guys can buy from them and use promo code Dilley15. Dilley15 will give you guys a 15% off discount. LicorishGuy.com. Also, Reap Financial. We love them. They're a fantastic company. When the Secure Act became effective on January 1st, 2020, the game changed for retirees. And only 3 months later, the CARES Act was introduced and turned retirement planning upside down for 2020. Those who want to take the reins during one of the most uncertain and challenging periods in American history need to know the effect both the Secure and CARES Act will have, not only on your retirement, but on your legacy as well. Ask yourself, are you taking advantage of every opportunity provided under these new acts to potentially save thousands in taxes? If you've saved at least $500,000 towards your retirement, call Reap Financial at 512-249-7300. 512-249-7300 today for a 60-minute, no-cost tax savings analysis. And also, we got a new one for you guys, and I feel awful that this is the first day he has to advertise on the show because, frankly, it's not fair. But we're going to promote him anyway because he's got dank products. He's got amazing content and great shirts and clothing for all of you guys. After spending years shilling out ads for products and companies that seemingly hate America, Sick broke from the corporate game and started a new chapter. Introducing the Scapegoat Industrial Complex t-shirt company, Sick Tees for short. We're proud to sponsor the Dilley Show and do our part for the culture war. We make the shirts that we and you want, some snarky, some cheeky, with ideas we can get behind. It warms our cockles to join the Patriots, saying the things that need to be said. We can take the heat, and we're happy to be a lightning rod. We are equal opportunity offenders. We have big hearts and even bigger balls. Not everyone will like our stuff, and that's fine. We don't like everyone anyway. But you, Dilly300, we think we'll like. Take 10% off your order with code DillyDilley at checkout. That's code DillyDilley at checkout. That's sickt.co. Sickt.co. Please, you guys, go check out Scapegoat Industrial Complex T-Shirt Company. They're going to blame somebody. It might as well be us. And obviously our daily sponsor, which is kleave.com, promo code DillyDilley. And God bless everybody who sat through that 5-minute promo spot for everybody. But honestly, it's a weird times we're living through right now. You know, I try not to sound like a whiny bitch, but it is a little rough when you look and you go, man, in any other time in American history, this would not be allowed to go on. You wouldn't be allowed to torch people's businesses and burn them to the ground and infringe on civil liberties such as freedom of speech. You wouldn't be allowed to essentially work together to deplatform people, you know, where multiple companies now coordinate to make sure you don't have a voice anymore. They work to try and make sure that you're not allowed to be heard in America. That's me. And by proxy, if they're taking me out, they're taking you out. They're telling you what you can and can't watch. They're telling you who you can and can't support. This is the biggest problem in America right now. President Trump already identified it through his Twitter account. All of the middlemen who have been making billions and trillions of dollars essentially after being the gatekeepers of culture in America, society. The gatekeepers want to kill people like me. They want to remove people like me. Raina, will you text producer Liz? She's calling me right now. I don't think she knows the new account.
I'll let her know right now. Hey, you should explain to you. Everybody's asking why you won't sue. You've explained it before.
Why I won't sue? As soon as I can find a fucking lawyer that'll take this case, I'll do it. Do you know how many times I've requested an attorney? I'd love to sue. I think I have a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. They've defamed me. They called me a racist. They have removed 2,000 plus of my shows. They've deleted me simply because of my political opinions. Why don't I sue? I can't find a fucking lawyer that's actually worth a shit that'll follow through. I'm still just a guy, okay? Like, I'm still a guy building a small business from home, okay? Nobody wants to touch this shit. This is what they do. They want to make sure, they're like, you know what? You're not allowed to participate in the marketplace. They took me off of fucking Patreon. $7,000 a month. I'll tell you guys now, that's what it was up to. It was up to $7,000 a month in the first 30 days I had it, and I only collected maybe $800 and they fucking deleted it. Why? Because they called me fake news. It didn't matter that the Patreon account was designed and designated as entertainment, political entertainment. They deleted it. Gone. Twitter's done this numerous times. Trying to delete me. They're working in fucking coordination with liberal checkmark Twitter. They're working with liberal Democrat fucking outlets. The Daily Beast is one of the reasons I got taken out last August. But I don't know how to quit. So here's the dilemma we're going to end up having. They're either going to have to fucking kill me, or I'm going to keep going. I don't know how to quit. I'm not even wired that way. Some of you guys are saying Lynn Wood. I love Lynn Wood. I spent an hour with his paralegal last August trying to get him to take my case. That was last August. It didn't happen. I reached out to Lynn on via DM to thank him for what he's doing now on Twitter just last week. And he was very kind to me. If you guys could all tag Lynn Wood, that would be phenomenal. I'd love to have a conversation with Lynn Wood. Because he's a good man and he gets it. And his staff was phenomenal. I spent over an hour with them. Lynn Wood is who I'd want to represent me. Because I know I have a case. But this is where we're at right now, and I've got some ideas. So here's what I need you to do. Here's how we're going to do this. You guys are going to love this. I want you guys to email me, thedilleyshow@gmail.com. You listen to me, okay? Thedilleyshow@gmail.com. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to need you guys to email me if you currently have a Periscope account. If you've got a Scope account, you email me if you want to let me borrow your Scope account. And if I have to rotate Scope accounts every fucking day of the week, I'll do it. But I can broadcast from where I'm at to any Periscope. All I need is you to give me the Periscope key, okay? They want to play whack-a-mole, we'll play fucking whack-a-mole. But Americans, we don't like to be told what we can and can't watch. We don't like to be told what we can and can't think, and we sure as fuck don't like to be told what we can and can't say. I don't make threats against anybody. I don't want to harm anyone physically. Even now, I don't want to hurt anybody. I just want to do my shit, man. I just want to do my show. I just want to entertain people and teach them and lift them up and give them the fucking proper, attention they deserve. Nobody else does this shit. Nobody else is reading off obituaries for fallen soldiers from Vietnam or other eras. I do the show that I want to watch. That's why I do it this way. It's a show that I wish someone else would do. No one else did it, so I did it. But if you guys want to email me and you want to participate, you guys want to play this game, you guys want to play this game with me, this is how we'll play it. We will play the whack-a-mole game, and we will find a way to get out and about every single day. The other way is you want to track, where do you find Dilley? When are you doing the show, Brendan? Always go to subscribestar.com/Dilley Show, and you'll know what the update is that day, okay? Always. That's the simplest way. And you can also always find me, what's my Parler account, babe? I don't even know what my Parler account is. Is it at Hub Life?
What is it now?
I don't know. I can't remember. Parler's like the one people that didn't delete me.
It's the original.
Okay, so at Hub Life on Parler, if you've got a Parler account, you can follow me over there at Hub Life. I actually think they're trying to take me out, but I don't know if they can delete a user while they're live. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if they can, because I'm looking at what's going on. My chat is completely inconsistent. It's barely working. So enough about me and my bullshit. I'm going to find a way to keep doing this. I can't do anything else. I don't want to do anything else. Okay? God told me this is it. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, is this. And I draw a tremendous amount of inspiration from this man.
Excuse me?
Yesterday's press briefing with President Donald J. Trump interrupted by a shooting outside the White House. They whisked him away. I think myself, along with everyone else in America's heart stopped as we were concerned for our president. That doesn't happen. That's not a normal occurrence. And to see him stop mid-sentence and moved off of the from behind that podium was very, very scary. But President Donald J. Trump doing what President Donald J. Trump does, which is come back bigger, better, and stronger.
Outside of the premises, the wall, the as you know, the fencing, especially the new fencing that they put up, is very powerful. But it was on the outside of the White House. Okay, and they'll have a full report. Secret Service in a little while will have a full report.
Are you rattled by this at all, Mr. President?
I don't know. Do I seem rattled? It's unfortunate that this is a world, but the world's always been a dangerous place. It's not something that's unique. The world has been, you look back over the centuries, the world has been a dangerous place, very dangerous place, and it will continue, I guess, for a period of time.
President Donald J. Trump. There's my inspiration. I feel bad because I'm being censored. My president is being threatened. He's doing the right thing for America. He's standing up against everything. I don't know how he does it. You can call me a sycophant, call me whatever you want. How does he do it? He didn't just take on the military-industrial complex, which is enough to piss off God knows how many different billionaires and nations, no less. Millionaires, billionaires. Oh, they're irate. No more wars under Trump. President Trump doesn't want to have war. President Trump doesn't want to harm people, doesn't want to lose American soldiers overseas. Nope. We're going to stop that. So he does. That wasn't enough, though, for President Trump. Now let's go ahead and piss off the pharmaceutical companies by doing the right thing. Let's do the right thing and slash prices not by 10 or 20%, 50, 70%, 10,000%. Some of the stuff that President Trump's doing on the medical side is so shocking to me. I think most of us who have been known and aware and awake to what's been going on in the world the last 20 years couldn't fathom that he took that approach, the risk involved with that. Oh, that wasn't it. Crack down on the sex trafficking. Elite pedophiles going to jail. Yeah, let's do that too. Oh, how about the drug trade? That's another hornet's nest we can fucking rattle. He did all of it. He went after every sacred cow the deep state has except for one, and people don't think he's going to do it. There's still doubts. What's that last sacred cow? Monetary policy. Currency. That's the final sacred cow. That is the last bastion of deep statedness. Not only did he fuck your industries up, all of your criminal organizations, but he's got an eye on your manipulation of American money, the Federal Reserve. Just so we're clear, any one of those hornet's nests are enough to get a lesser man destroyed. He did all of them at the same time in a 3.5-year span, minus the currency. We're not there yet, but we do know that Mnuchin is essentially controlling the Fed right now. That's where I draw all my inspiration from. That's why I max donated to the President Trump 2020 election campaign. $3,400. I'm a normal dude. That's a lot of money. That's a significant portion of my income. But I know I don't have a future without him. He's what makes this all go round. And his courage and his grace under pressure is infectious. It's impossible to not respect that. I've argued on this program more than once that what we needed in America was legends. We needed legends. We needed men and women that did legendary things, that went completely, stood above all the rest in the face of fucking absolute tyranny and just wouldn't quit. And that's why Donald Trump has my ultimate respect. I'm not a guy that wears other people's shit with their names on it, okay? Never really been a big jersey guy, sports jerseys and shit. Never really been a guy that really was promoting a lot of other men. Just not my deal. President Trump, I have no problem doing it. Legend. And it's one of the reasons I keep doing this show is I'm so inspired with what he does and how he does it. You don't believe me? Here was the best question asked all day yesterday from our friend. That's right, the show that nobody can seem to fucking keep going because they're keep trying to censor it, right? The show that they cannot ignore anymore. We're too fucking big now. I was hoping to not get this popular until after the election, but God had a different plan. But one of my friends and probably the best interviewer in the White House press corps, Chanel Rion, asked President Donald J. Trump this yesterday.
So I have an opinion question for you. Okay. Joe Biden is set to announce his running mate at any time now. We expect him to announce her. Many of your supporters feel that the reason that Obama's former NSA, Susan Rice, is at the top of Biden's list is that she can best cover up a lot of the Obamagate surveillance crimes that have taken place during your campaign. What are your thoughts? What is your opinion? Do you subscribe to that line of thought? How do you feel about it?
Well, look, the Obama campaign spied on our campaign, and they've been caught, all right? And now let's see what happens to them. but they have been caught. They've been caught red-handed. It's probably treason. It's a horrible thing they did. It probably never happened before. At least nobody got caught doing it. But they used the intelligence agencies of our country to spy on my campaign, and they have been caught. And there are a lot of people involved. I don't want to say how much she's involved. Frankly, if he chooses her, that's fine, but that's a potential liability. We'll see. But President Obama knew about it. Joe Biden knew about it. Comey knew about it. Brennan, Clapper, the whole group, they all knew about it. Lisa Page and her lover Strzok, they all knew about it. And we have it documented. We have it in texts. We have it in all sorts of forms. They knew about it. It was a terrible thing. Should have never happened and should never be allowed to happen again to a president. This should never happen again. This was a setup like we've never seen. I think it's the political crime of the century. And they've been caught. So let's see what happens to them all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Mind you, that was after he was whisked away because there was a shooting outside of the White House. Balls of steel. Incredible. He's right. They all got caught. They all got caught. He's talking politically, but he also is speaking much more broadly, which is they all got caught. Corporate America got caught. Silicon Valley got caught. These foreign countries got caught. Everybody fucking got caught. The evidence is out there. We all know now. You live in a banana republic right now. You live in a banana republic where a guy can't do political entertainment on a mainstream civil square, essentially, okay? A place that literally makes sure that, well, we get certain civil protections from lawsuits. We can't be held responsible for what's posted because we're, quote, not publishers. If you're not publishers, then how come I keep being deleted all the time for my beliefs and my thoughts and my jokes? President Donald J. Trump knows they all got caught. All of this centers around the election. You are at home right now with all of your children because they don't want President Trump to win. Coronavirus bullshit. Is the coronavirus real? Sure. Like most coronaviruses, it does exist. Does it warrant this level of tyranny from your rhino Republican governors and your completely traitorous, treasonous, sellout Democrat governors? Fuck no. It's not about that. They have to stop him. This is it. This is whatever you think this battle is, it's that times about 100. Many of you recognize the severity of the situation and even still underestimate just how actually serious this is. This country, the whole world collapses if we collapse. We've seen, you think that the Democrats are going to have a vengeful approach to things if they were to regain power of the White House? They've already all openly, publicly stated as much. They've already come out and said, we must punish those that supported Trump. We must punish those. Hey, you're in a little bit of a war. I'm in a war. I'm just trying to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to keep making people laugh, and I want to keep teaching them. I want to keep helping people to know what's going on in the world and with themselves. How do they fit in? This is the place we're at right now. CAG War did another dank meme for you guys. I think you'll get a kick out of this. I thought this was really good. He made this one, and I thought I'd play it here for you guys. That top of show spot, by the way, was from Mad Liberals. We love Mad Liberals. Great account. He's one of our friends, along with Soul Memes and Something Wicked. But CAG War did this one as well.
We are not overreacting. The press is overreacting. Oh, a new infection. This is the one. It's going to get us.
Orange man bad. Orange man bad.
I won't know how to tell that we're actually having a pandemic because everything is an emergency.
Orange man bad. Orange man bad.
done, CAG War. There you go. Yeah, we're only here right now, and we're only doing what we're doing right now because of all of you. The Dilley 300, and honestly, my good friend Dave, Praying Medic, made sure you guys could find me. My beautiful fiance, Rihanna, made sure you guys could find me. I'm sure there's other Soul Memes, I hope, is in here. I don't even know. I can't even tell. But my account's so screwed up. We'll maybe get through this broadcast. We got about 25 more minutes to see if we can even get through this entire broadcast before they nuke it. This account will be gone. It'll be gone by 12 o'clock. It's my guess. It'll be gone by noon. I am still looking at alternatives. I've one of the things you guys can do also is look. I've diversified a little bit, but I got to find where my landing pad is gonna be. One thing I can tell you is I am on Clout Hub and I'm verified over there. I don't remember what my account is because I've only went on there once, but I am on Clout Hub, and so I think you can find me on. I know you can find me on Clout Hub. I believe I think I used the AdmiralDilley account. But the best place to go is subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. And then I'll post my current, where I'm at for everything. I'll put all of my information on the subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show account so you guys know where the show is going to be. But actually, what we're going to do right now, we're going to have some fun. We're going to bring in a special guest, audio only because she's not ready to be on camera. That is my wonderful fiance, Rihanna, better known as Randy Savage. Rihanna, why don't you give me a mic check? Let's make sure they can hear you.
Mic check, mic check.
Lean forward closer into it.
How about now?
Can you guys hear Randy?
Randy.
Yeah, we'll see. See, I don't know if you're in. Let me see if you're in.
Am I in?
I don't know. Can you guys hear Rihanna? Let's wait. We'll give it a second. Let's just give it a second. Let's see if everybody can hear it.
How about now?
You have to speak up for sure. You got to speak really like.
How about now?
Okay, that's better.
I'm projecting.
You got to project
with my diaphragm.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So Rihanna, as a slightly liberal conservative, because I think you are big on civil liberties, right?
Classic liberal is, I guess, what you would refer to that
yes,
as.
But a lot of conservative values as well.
Yes.
I mean, a ton of loves the environment. That's like her liberal position, right? She loves her environment. She's a feminist that's not very good at it.
I honestly fucking suck at being a feminist now. I don't even know if I can claim that title anymore.
Probably not. But, okay, everybody says they can hear her good. Okay, so...
Sorry about the lack of video. I didn't think I was going to be on today.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You would be too distracting anyway with your beauty. They can all just focus on your voice. So, to look at this, obviously you've got Rihanna's got the best view of all this, all right? Like, this is the super close-up live view. And as somebody, I think, with more classic liberal-leaning views, how unsettling is it to see this level of censorship and oppression of freedom of speech from, as somebody who grew up in Washington, like grew up in probably one of the most...
State.
Yeah, Washington State, one of the most liberal states in the entire country, one of the most liberal areas, and somebody who really used to have a lot of those positions. Just give me your thoughts on the attack on freedom of speech.
I mean, it's unsettling regardless of which side of the aisle you're on, because it's not about your position or your politics. It's about fundamental American rights and what separates our country from the rest of the entire globe, which is that ability to have the conversations and reach those conclusions. And whatever civil debate you want to have, you were at least able to debate. And now you can't do that. You're not, like you said, you're not allowed to have, it's Chinese totalitarianism is what it is.
Right.
It's literal fascism. We laughed for years about them calling Trump a fascist or a dictator.
Right.
Because it sounds so absurd compared to what we know actual fascism and dictatorship looks like and what tyranny actually looks like. But you're witnessing it.
Right.
And frankly, I was actually just, because I've been messaging with everybody who's looking for your show right now, during your show, telling where to find it. And they're telling me, with what happened yesterday, it seems like for a lot of people, it's almost the straw that broke the camel's back. Everybody's really upset because they took out you and some very influential people that are uplifting to them.
Lisa May.
And it was specifically the really influential ones, the ones that people go to
right.
for
information.
For not just information, but for your take on it. Like, what is going on? What is happening?
Right.
The world
Context.
is upside down right now. Yeah. And they took that. And so it's really, it's disturbing. It doesn't matter whether you're liberal, conservative. That's frankly irrelevant to what you're fighting right now. You're fighting globalism, New World Order, China.
Well, and that's one of the things that's become very apparent to me is that this is not me and a purple-haired dork at Twitter anymore. This is me and all of my patriotic friends versus literal fascism, totalitarianism via China using Twitter and other tech censorship.
That's why they're fighting so hard for the narrative. The facts don't matter. Logic doesn't matter. All that matters is what headline they can put together to support them. I mean, it's full on 1984, the book, not the movie. I've never seen the movie. I've only read the book.
Right.
But it's full on like, no, this is the way it is. And they will take out any dissenting voice. And that is so un-American. It doesn't matter what in America you believe or what your American politics are. It's anti-Americanism versus Americanism.
Correct.
Flat out.
Well, and even when you take away just the, let's say the inability to civil debate, right?
Yeah.
What's so fascinating to me, and I've talked about this on the show, the internet is a real, it's a shopping mall now, okay? The internet is where business is done. And if you don't believe me, go down to your local strip mall and let me know how packed it is and how it looks, okay?
It's so weird. Even before COVID, those things were
right.
Ghost towns.
So then we can all agree on that this is where commerce happens. What is stunning to me, under the Department of Justice, under this current president, that somebody like myself, an entrepreneur who operates within that marketplace, is essentially being destroyed. The Antifa are showing up and burning my fucking business to the ground every month or two now.
Figuratively, yes. That's literally what's happening.
Correct.
Because the internet now, especially if you want to talk about, you were talking yesterday on your show about the new normal.
Right.
If you want to talk about the new normal, there's no argument at this point that the internet is an essential utility.
Right.
Especially for people that can't leave their house, that can't go to grocery stores, that have to order on their phone and do curbside pickup or delivery for everything.
Yep.
It's an essential utility. And it's like you said, you're in a public square, but that public square is being policed now.
That's what's so incredible is, I mean, thank God I am of good health and in the position I am. Imagine if they took out somebody like Dirty Truth, quadriplegic.
Right.
He only gets to exist in the business public square, okay, of the internet because he's physically not able to go do it anywhere else. The internet gave Dirty Truth an opportunity to take what was still available to him, which is his voice and his mind and his opinions and his thoughts, and turn it into a business for him. You don't think they're going to come for him? You think they care that he's a quadriplegic? No, they don't give a fuck. They're removing people's ability to own businesses.
It's the same reason that I have a problem with big government or government deciding what is the greater good. When you give the power of morality to an entity, you have a huge problem. That's a problem with government, and it's now the problem with the internet and with social media.
Well, and people have wondered, I'm going to tell you guys something else that'll blow your fucking minds. There was a graph done about a year ago. If you want to know why I'm essentially targeted, there was a graph done about a year ago that came from within the left circles. It came from Media Matters. And this graph showed that they had actually put together an architectural view of social media Trump supporters, who they are, who's most aligned and most relevant. And guess what? Right in the center of that whole thing was President Donald J. Trump, as you might expect. But I'm going to tell you the two closest accounts that were at the central middle of this whole family network of MAGA, me, and Praying Medic. Dave and I were the two closest accounts.
Do you still have it?
I may have it saved somewhere.
I can find it. I have it in the cloud somewhere. It'll take
But they had a graph. Media Matters had put together a graph. Who are the ones moving MAGA towards President Trump's agenda? It was Pragmatic and it was Dilley, side by side, right next to the President of the United States. And if you look at that graph, Lisa Mae Crowley was on there. Other big Twitter accounts that you guys know and love that are now banned were directly in proximity of the President of the United States. They have been working from that list. And that's something you need to be aware of, because you don't get to they want you to go back to Fox News. They want you to go back to Hannity or Tucker. They want you to go back to covering or learning about 3 or maybe maximum 4 topics a night. They want their control back. They want their sponsors back. They want all of their patrons of those sponsors back. They do not want people like me, people like Dave, and so many other freedom-loving people that participate in the commerce aspect of America to be able to exist.
Well, here's what they did that you guys didn't even realize is they have these coordinated bot farms, and you've talked about this before. And they have you arguing moral semantics and chasing your tails, wasting time with these stupid accounts that give the perception that there is some other aspect to this, rather than simply focusing on the fact that the censorship is real and it's wrong no matter what. Correct. We had this conversation when they first took out Alex Jones, and I think you and I were 2 of the only people on the entire internet that were saying this is not good. This is bad.
Correct.
I don't watch his show.
Oh, it was a panic button. It was a panic moment.
Yeah, it was like, I don't watch his show. Maybe I don't support him. Maybe I think he's a nut or a conspiracy theorist. Oh, he's full of shit. It doesn't matter.
No.
What matters is the simple concept that they are taking you out for what you are saying.
Well, and here's what I am going to say about that. Look, I've had a lot of fun poking fun at Alex Jones through the years, and for good reason. I mean, he's hilarious. But Owen Schroyer reached out to me. He's one of the only people that reached out to me. I'm going to be going on. I'm going to be going on the War Room this afternoon with Owen. But there's only a handful that really understand just how bad this actually is.
Because first they come for that guy that you don't really like or don't really watch or whatever.
Initially they told me, well, maybe if you didn't.
For you.
Yeah, initially it was, well, maybe if you don't curse so much, they wouldn't delete you, Dilley. Because nobody wants to face facts. They want to be like, well, it won't happen to me because I'm vanilla and I'm super I follow the rules. Lisa Mae Crowley was vanilla. She was sweet. She was not controversial in the least. They took her out. There's many just like her that they've taken out. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Is if you can't protect the most extreme examples of the First Amendment, you sure as shit can't protect the most benign examples of the First Amendment. And that's where we're at.
Right now in the culture war, why we push so hard on idealism and those firm, staunch stands. You cannot compromise. You have to stand on the ideal.
No.
And that is why.
And that's why you also have to take a flyer on people. You got to remember, there's a lot of people, and I don't blame them, but there's a lot of really big name people on social media that they'll love your shit. They'll talk about your stuff. They'll promote it to their friends and family, but they publicly will not back you because they're afraid it'll put them in the crosshairs to be removed. And I understand it, but honest to God, if we don't all band together and step the fuck up to the plate and defend every account, every person that gets unceremoniously deplatformed, then we're all fucked. They did it to Laura Loomer. I'm not the biggest Laura Loomer fan. I haven't quite figured her out, but I was horrified when she was pointing out that the jihadis had infiltrated our government, which is 100% factual, by the way. The Muslim Brotherhood exists in your Congress right fucking now. Right now. And Laura Loomer was bringing attention to this, doing videos of this, and they deplatformed her.
I actually have a perfect example of that, of them infiltrating your local communities. That's what they do, where you don't pay attention, and by the time you know what's happening, it's too late and it's a conspiracy theory. Our school district used to be the top one in the area, very good values, very in line with the community. Suddenly, 2 years ago, they started having a lot of problems. They ended up in the media a few times over it. Yep. What changed? And actually, I ended up on camera and going viral because of the issues with the calling Trump fascist, making kids take off their MAGA hats, whatnot. You know what changed? An extremist, one extremist got elected to the school board. One. She has changed the entire district from her position on the board.
There you go.
Even the superintendent, who is actually super conservative, can't do anything about it.
Nope.
If you don't pay attention to what's going on in your own community, you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's where it's at. And it is in your own community. See, it started with, well, you're controversial, so they took you out.
It's the concessions.
Right? And then you go, well, yeah, Alex says things that, that's why. Oh, Laura Loomer says things, and that's why. Well, Dilley says things, and that's why. Then it's, well, I was just a little grandma from, Iowa, and I had 50 followers, and they took me out because I retweet people, because I like people. I shared your Periscope and got suspended. Then it becomes, well, you no longer can participate on our platform because you like the wrong people. You think differently. You laughed at the wrong joke. That's where you're at right now. And then what you think is, it'll stay here. Dilley, it's not going to go beyond the internet. It's just on the internet. Is it? How many of your police departments came out and harassed you when you guys, in liberal-run cities with liberal-run police departments were harassing you during the shamdemic? How many of you guys witnessed things you thought you would never see from traditionally conservative cities and organizations?
Republican governors.
Look at NASCAR.
Baseball.
NASCAR was founded in the South. Founded by guys trying to get away from, trying to during Prohibition, trying to run liquor. Who could have the fastest car? They start racing on the beaches of Daytona. Now they ban the Confederate flag, so essentially they're saying, fuck your culture and your history, fuck our history, and they sell out entirely. They put together a fucking bad Disney movie moment for Bubba Wallace because he found a garage pull down in his fucking garage. He's like, it looks like a noose, and he shits himself. And then NASCAR goes, this will get us the ratings. And now what? Just this last weekend, NASCAR, with their worst ratings in like 28 fucking years, had Snoop Dogg in the booth. That's not because they're trying to diversify and be inclusive. It's because they're fucking sinking. Why are they sinking? Because somewhere along the way, a leftist, a communist, infiltrated the organization and started making decisions that eventually eroded it from within.
And
that's communism.
Because you make excuses for it, because you don't want to fight it. People get so annoyed with me for how much I tweet anti-face mask things. They're like, okay, we get it. The masks suck. Moving on. No, not moving on. I will. The reason you pick a small hill to die on with an ideal is because if you don't die on the small hill, you're going to die on a very much larger one later. And that's what you're doing now because you sat back and made excuses to this point. Not you specifically, Brendan, not you.
No, I know. Well, Lord knows I didn't. Now here I am talking about this, and I want to be covering General Flynn, right? I want to be covering General Flynn. He's got a hearing today. Friend of the Flynn family. Flynn Jr., a friend of mine. Love the family. Rhiannon and I have both donated. We have done as much as we can to raise money for his defense fund. I feel personally vested in the outcome of the General Flynn hearing today. We love General Flynn, but I don't get to cover that today because I'm essentially fighting for my my life, my livelihood right now. Not in a physical sense, thank God. Not come to that.
That'd be more fun.
Yeah, probably. It'd be a lot easier to identify the enemy. But now, essentially, it's, okay, well, we can't beat you. You can't make me negative. You can't get me to go against my president, not with money, not with ideas, not with intimidation. And you can't get me to stop making jokes, and you can't get people to stop liking me. That's the other thing they hate. Oh, well, we've deplatformed him multiple times. Why won't he shut up? We told everybody he was a racist 2 months ago. We even edited the fucking clips and modified them and reframed them to make it look like it was a racial rant when in fact it was actually about white liberals. It doesn't matter. We've defamed him. We've deplatformed him. He won't go away, and people won't stop watching him. Well, what else do we do? Let's just remove him entirely. We can no longer do it based on TOS. We can no longer do it with slander in the traditional way.
Here's the thing, though. The TOS changed. Do you remember a few months ago?
Now they can just delete you for anything.
It said we can delete you for any reason.
You're an at-will tweeter.
Quote, any reason or no reason at all.
Yes. The new TOS, you are an at-will tweeter now. You are, we can just let you go without warning or any explanation. We just promise we will not tell your future social media companies why you were removed from ours. That's the official standard, right? So here we are. We're talking about this. And here's the thing. The only thing that makes this country civil is the First Amendment. It's the only thing. Because without that, you have to go to the next amendment, which is the second. Yeah. I need help. I need help right now. Many of you are asking me, what can we do to help? Support my sponsors, number one. Today's sponsor, licorishguy.com. Today's sponsor, Reap Financial. Today's sponsor, Sick Teas. Is it sicktea.co?
Sicktee.co.
Yeah, sick, SICTEE.co. You can support them. I am going to be, it's one thing to fuck with me, but you guys don't, some of you know how far our sponsors have grown. Little small businesses that were doing it as a hobby but loved what they were doing have turned into legitimate, real businesses, companies. Through this show. I don't mind giving us credit. I think they would give us credit. You guys outsold, our gun sponsor outsold all of 2019 last month from you guys. 1 month. He did everything he did in 2019. He did that in the month of July, thanks to all of you. So what I need help on right now is staying on the air and finding a place to go every morning and finding a way for us to coordinate. I am going to be getting more heavily on Clout Hub. My understanding is that Clout Hub, I can broadcast to Clout Hub, which I don't know how to do, but I will tinker with it. And we will get on Clout Hub and we'll see if we can keep that going. I'm also going to check out D Live. I've had a lot of people tell me D Live would be a good place to broadcast from. And I can continue to play Whack-A-Mole on Periscope. I got to be honest with you.
Why don't you just multi-stream?
I could do, it's not that simple.
I know, I say it like it's like, just do it.
Yeah, it's not that simple. I mean, I like the idea. It's just not that simple. The other thing, I feel weird about not being on Twitter. Been on Twitter since 2008. I feel weird not having a voice for President Trump when news is breaking. Feel a little uncomfortable about that. I'm not sure how I'm going to solve that problem. I want to be where my president is. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think anybody's as good as I am at defending him. I think I'm better at it. Sorry. I'm funnier and generally can see what's coming before most others. I love it. That's what I do. And it really bothers me, especially after that shit yesterday. Secret Service runs in, grabs our president off the stage, and it makes me very uncomfortable that a day later, I'm gone, and all these other patriots who defend President Trump are gone online. This is one of those things that makes me very worried. I'm very, very worried.
Yeah, I've got to be candid with you about that. You and I have had a couple conversations. I live in the house with you, and I still have my moments of feeling lost or uncomfortable or adrift at sea or what's happening, especially with the way the world is now, unprecedented.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard not to feel sad or concerned or whatnot.
Right.
Your show, I watch your show every day, not because you're my partner. Obviously, I'm biased, so I think your show's great. But I watch it every single day for the same reason I reread your book several times. I need that information. I need your perspective. And I think a lot of people feel that way. You anchor us and you bring truth. and you bring a perspective that we wouldn't otherwise have, and you bring news that I wouldn't otherwise see. And, you know, if it weren't for some of the clips that you play on your show, I'd never see them. Never.
Right. Yeah. And therein lies the rub. There's the responsibility. That's why you can't pack it up. Not an option. Need a little help. Need a little help from above. Need a little help from way above. Because it's got to give at some point. You know, I knew we were going to have a real problem, Rihanna, when they suspended Don Jr.
Yeah.
When they suspended the Trump campaign account and Don Jr. and Sidney Powell. Imagine going after a lawyer as tenacious, famous, experienced, and as influential as Sidney Powell.
You understand this is a Hail Mary.
I mean, you literally, you like, talk about pissing up a tree.
Yeah.
It's one thing to delete the guy that works from home. Fuck him. We'll just wait for the lawsuit and we'll laugh. But you suspend one of the most powerful and brilliant fucking legal minds.
The president's son.
In America. You suspend the president's son.
Some of the president's own tweets. The White House.
I mean, you this is like another level of just a giant. They're just like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And I want to know what we're doing. Where the fuck is the Department of Justice on this, by the way?
Well, you talked about it a bit yesterday.
We're this close to an election.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And they're like, we need to take out the most influential. This is, okay, think of it in these terms. Let's put it in terms that are more little tangible, all right? Imagine if we weren't on the internet. Imagine I'm a campaign volunteer who happens to be the best at what he does in his little corner of the fucking volunteer world. And I went out and every fucking day, my team of 45,000 plus volunteers stumped for Trump. Every day. Because that's what we do. And imagine they just like grabbed me and threw me in a fucking van. And that was it. They just grabbed, they're like, bye, he can't participate. This is the digital version of grabbing me and throwing me in a fucking van while I'm trying to campaign and promote the President of the United States. And the Department of Justice is doing what exactly? Trying to figure out how to remove some kind of, the fucking liability aspect of a fuck Section 230. We're in a state of an emergency right now. We're in a state of fucking emergency still. You have a shamdemic going.
That's what I'm saying. If there are suspensions of so many basic laws and freedoms and liberties and basic civil rights, where's the suspension on that? There's a lot of different laws that go into effect and that are rendered irrelevant during a state of emergency. So what is happening?
Why hasn't the Department of Justice walked in just like they did to some of these fucking companies and go, you're making ventilators now? And they're like, no, we make car parts. And like, you're making ventilators now.
Right.
Where's the DOJ going? You're going to allow our guy to oversee full freedom of speech through the end of the election.
Well, just like they have
how many people they fucking kill by censoring hydroxychloroquine?
Yeah.
Not just deleting them, not just removing their business, but fucking killing them. Literally killing people so that they wouldn't talk about hydroxychloroquine and its effects in the early stages of COVID. That's not enough reason for the DOJ to intervene into any number of the fucking things I said. Not even just me, but television? You're telling me the DOJ can't take over CNN and go, you guys are absolutely getting Americans killed because your viewers are stupid fucks that won't take life-saving drugs? So we're going to intervene and you can no longer push these false narratives that murder people every day? Really? Who else do you turn to? If you don't have the DOJ defending you, you don't got shit. You don't have shit. You understand this? If you don't have a Justice Department that protects your civil liberties, you don't have a fucking thing. You got nothing. And that's what I want to know. It took how long to get to this point with General Flynn? He had to go bankrupt and sell his house to get to this point. Where even after the DOJ intervened and tried to drop the charges, they still wanted to fucking destroy him and put him in jail. So at what point? I mean, when?
It seems like everybody is just trying to hold out and get past November. Everybody has it in their mind. If we can just make it to the election and Trump can just get in office, we'll be fine. But the problem with that is that you have to go vote for this. You have to vote for the America
Correct.
that you're living in right now.
That's what I'm saying. Well, not only that, but so imagine if there's election fraud on election night. How are you going to find out about it? You think the news or television's going to tell you? Oh, you go to social media, right? Except none of those fucking... It
That's
won't
what
be
we
there.
did in 2016. We didn't watch TV. We were online.
Social media.
Yeah.
We were on social media to find out the results. Really think about what I'm saying. What happens? How are you going to fight back? You guys realize how effective social media is on putting pressure? The pressure is the truth. It's a flashlight. Right now, we are all collectively, through Donald J. Trump, he shines a light, and then we all shine our lights at the same thing. President Trump highlights pedophilia, we all shine our lights on the same pedos. And normies wake up. That's how it works. That's the collective consciousness. That is the team. That is the essence of the Great Awakening. He shines the light, we shine our lights, and collectively we create the brightest fucking light known to man. We drive the entire narrative. We drive the truth is the better word. So what happens when they let his spotlight stay intact and start removing all the little lights collectively that illuminate and make him bigger? That's what's happening right now. They are removing our ability to work as a team to highlight what is happening in the world. Whether it's pedos, whether it's the election interference they've been trying to pull off, whether it's fucking false flag attacks or actual legitimate terrorist attacks.
Hey, listen, I hate to interrupt you.
What?
But if you're going to go into OT, you have to give me OT, girl.
Might as well, because who knows when we'll get to see her again. Totally forgot. I'm hesitating to end this broadcast because I think as soon as I end it, it's going to be deleted. I have a feeling that they are going to nuke this show the second it's over. I have no idea how we capture anything I just said. Not that it was like that amazing, but...
So remind everyone where to find you.
Subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. I'm going to keep doing this. I don't know how. I don't know where. I know I'm going to check out Clout Hub. I'm going to check out D Live. I got a friend that reached out to me and a couple of other places. But I'm going to keep doing this. I really don't like to leave a fight, though, which is why I'm...
You're not going to leave the fight.
Yeah, but I like using Periscope. I kind of like pissing them off, you know? It's amazing, too. You're just out here talking at my house with my chick. And they're like, oh, that guy can't exist. Yeah, you can't exist. Yeah, you're not allowed to exist. We're going to have to remove you. You know, oh, you said the thing. We didn't think it was funny, so you shouldn't have a business. You shouldn't exist. You know, it makes me feel like this. Like, this is what that makes me feel like.
You fucking moron! You fucking moron!
Yeah, they want to remove the First Amendment, so the only choice you've got is the next one. That's what they're trying to do. Just terrifying. Got to make it through the election, though, right? Got to somehow stay through the election. They don't want to just bankrupt Dilley and ruin his shit. They want to ruin everybody that works with Dilley. All the sponsors, all the businesses, all the CBD and the clothing and the fucking treats, all of them.
It's China.
The China.
Chinese tactics.
We pissed off China. Yeah, people for the years they've been like, "Oh, you got to change your language." Part of the reason I didn't want to change the language, you know what? I'll change my language probably, you guys, once they stop censoring. I actually think I could naturally do it, but the longer you tell me I can't do something, the more I'm going to do it.
You did it when you ran for Congress.
I did, and I do it every time Dave comes on the show. Mm-hmm. I've never cursed when Dave was on the show because I'm respectful of Dave. You guys understand that?
Is he coming on this week?
Yeah, Dave's supposed to be coming on this Friday. I mean, he's going to be here on Friday. I don't know whether... I don't know if you guys will see it, but we'll be on Friday. I mean, come hell or high water, we will be on Friday. But I mean, where that will be is anyone's guess. You know what scared them is, Rihanna, the last couple of weeks, something happened this summer. There was a tipping point.
Yeah.
You know, they took me out in June, and we came back the very next day on the very first episode of a brand new Scope account and did 66,000 plays. And I think that scared the absolute shit out of them. The new Twitter account blew up from 0 to 68,000 as of last night before they nuked it.
You know what you should do?
We had 20,000, by the way, on the new account last night I made in 7.5 hours, 20,000 followers. And then they nuked that too.
You know what you should do is just take a couple of years to get to 60K like I did. When you're less relevant, they won't take you out.
I'm telling you. But what's amazing, though, is I was a little concerned the last 2 months because our sponsors, everybody was having success, huge success.
Major.
The show was growing. I was looking up going, dude, how are we doing 45,000, 50,000 plays a day? 250,000 views in a week?
Yeah, well, that's the dangerous thing is when your fans can see you, your enemies can see you too. And when
Correct.
more of your fans exponentially can see you, exponentially so can more of your enemies. I saw somebody sent me a screenshot of there's a bunch of wacko liberal blue checks. I've never even heard of these people, and they only have like 1,200 followers, but they're verified. And they're all
reporting,
tweeting at each other in the mentions like, I'm reporting this guy, report him too. And it's a bunch of, I don't know who they are or
Chinese.
why they're verified.
They're Chinese accounts. It's these accounts. Know your enemy.
Donald Trump don't trust China. China is asshole.
There it is. China. Not even fighting Americans anymore. Fighting the Chinese. The Chinese.
I got news for you. We haven't been fighting Americans for years.
No. We have sleeper cell Chinese. They're either Chinese or jihadis. Those are the two different groups.
Yes, literally. My dad is a half-cocked Vietnam vet, and when I was growing up, you know, I was kind of, like I said, earthy, kind of classical, liberal, conservative-ish values, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my dad...
Tree hugger.
My dad was like, what's that movie? Is it Black Sheep where Gary Busey lives in the bus?
Yeah.
And he like is wearing his camo all the time. That was my dad.
Right.
And so he always had his conspiracy theories about what was going on. So my whole childhood, through the Bill Clinton years, China, China, China.
Yep.
And when I grew up, I was like, holy shit, it is China.
Yeah.
And then I turned into my father, and I was like, oh, there I go with the Meghan McCain.
Yeah.
My father.
You got to say it while choking through a donut, though.
My father.
You're getting crumbs on your face. Is she pregnant?
She either is going to have a baby or ate a few.
Yeah, I was going to say, no.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, no, what's fun about Meghan McCain, I always like when really big broads like that get pregnant, because then they can be offended if you call them fat, because they're like, I'm pregnant! And it's like, really? Like, come on, man.
Well, I'm sure you've seen the true stories where those women are, the stories about women who didn't know they were pregnant until they went into labor, and you're like, I bet I know what you look like.
Right. Oh, poor Meghan McCain. That's going to be her at a Golden Corral. She's going to go into labor and not know it. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Lay off me, I'm starved.
Anyway, I digress. But seriously, I mean, it's a different place, different time.
Listen, though, you're taking all of your audience with you everywhere you go. They're connected to you, and they're part of this fight, too, and you represent exactly what each of them are going through.
Yeah. I ask you guys, just be patient with me, because I gotta figure out how I'm going to get back into this fight. I'm too fucking good at Twitter to not participate.
It's true.
And I really don't know how I do that now. See, the problem is we reached the point where we're too popular now. This is what happened. We became too popular. We used to be able to fly under the radar, but now we're popular with the enemy. The enemy recognizes the effectiveness of the Dilley Show and the accounts. That was where the dilemma is, because they identify the new accounts and report them and remove them as quick as possible, and essentially remove me. And so I don't know how I'm going to overcome the deletion of repeated Twitter accounts. I have some ideas on broadcasting. I feel like we could probably figure out the broadcasting thing fairly quickly, whether it's DLive or whether it's Clout Hub or some of these other places. I think I could figure that out. The challenge is I want to participate still on social media, on Twitter, because I think that they need the voice. Yes, Rena.
I have an idea.
Oh, Rena's got an idea.
My hand is raised, Mr. Dilley.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I share my idea?
Please.
Okay, so my idea is that you stream from these other platforms, DLive or Clout Hub or whatever, and just keep returning to Twitter and sharing your show and sharing your because Subscribe Star is kind of like your landing pad where everybody can find you no matter what. And just keep tweeting and keep getting suspended or deleted or whatever.
Yeah, but they're taking me out now. Like, you know what they did last night? I sent out one tweet
about last night,
and they got me.
But you came back too quickly.
Oh, come on.
They deleted you right away. They were looking for you.
But they got me before I had a single follower.
No, they took out your previous account, the one with 70,000 followers or whatever.
Yes.
They took you out. At the same time, they took out Lisa May and a couple other big ones.
Yes.
You immediately, like moments later, made this new account with your fucking face on it, and you're like, I'm here, and they found you again.
Okay, but that's not how it works. And here's what should alarm you. I don't want to give away the farm. I'm just going to tell you guys, okay? The way that the account came into existence, they added 20,000 followers in 7 hours. Theoretically, should not have been able to be identified in the first 7 seconds.
Except for the fact that there are people that are literally actively searching your name.
Okay, but what I'm telling you, it should not have happened.
Should not have, I get that.
But what I'm saying is I don't know how they're doing what they're doing. Here's what I'm going to tell you. You no longer can trust or hide behind your VPNs or your badass routers.
You can't hide behind a beard, apparently.
Yes. But all of your other creations, all of the other technical creations we've come up with to defend against this type of shit, they have exceeded that. I don't want to tell you guys how I do what I do because I don't think it would be beneficial to anybody to have me put this out there. But what I'm telling you is what they are doing should scare the fuck out of you, all right? It should scare the fuck out of you because they didn't just nuke me, all right? They're nuking anybody who tries to help me.
I lost 400 followers in the last 24 hours. They just disappeared. I don't know who they are or where they went.
I was one of them.
Gone.
So, yeah, I'm just telling you guys, it's another level. It's another level. They are doing something that, and I haven't quite figured out how they're doing it. It's beyond just tracing the IP now. They're getting into my guess is it's during the updates. It's has something to do with permissions. And I'm guessing that they are somehow getting into the rest of your phone and or computer.
I think you just nailed it because in one of their updates, remember you used to be able to turn off the feature where they could follow you around the internet to gather your data for whatever it's called, more accurate advertising in your feed.
Yes.
You used to be able to turn off that affiliate function. And in one of their last updates a few months ago, they made it so you can no longer do that. It's not an option. Yeah. So they probably are doing what Facebook used to do or potentially just probably still does, is they literally follow you around your entire life. And we're so connected to our phones. Everything's in your phone. Your wallet, your contacts, your browser history, your shopping, all of it.
Well, there you go.
China.
Fucking the Chinese, man. Swear to God. These little fuckers. You know what I mean?
That one guy who's he was like, I hate you for being racist against these Asians, but I'm still going to watch the show. He's probably so mad right now.
The Taiwanese guy, God bless him. He just was triggered.
Like Vietnamese or something.
No, he was Taiwanese, and he was offended because we had used a fucking building that's in Taiwan, not in China, but producer Liz didn't know. So we had to change the whole shit. And then he said the song was still offensive. Oh, God. You do your best. You know what I mean? Like, you can't... I don't know how to be one of these new school Americans that, like, censors themselves and is afraid of shit. You know what I mean? Like, me and my friends growing up, dude, I wasn't raised that way. When you were being lame, it was like, dude, stop being gay. Even if the kid was gay. Even if he was gay. And he didn't think I was being a bigot. It was just like, we're friends. My Mexican friends saying what they say about white people, us teasing them about him, tacos or whatever, burritos. Like, it was literally just the culture was like, we loved each other.
Yeah, I think we used to have a sense of humor as far, where we would kind of hassle each other And now
But it was how
can't
you, like,
do
it was
that.
affection. It was like, you're part of our
Yeah,
group.
it's teasing. It's affectionate
So-
teasing. And you know what it is that, and it's part of the thing that they want to take away, is when you do that, it's emphasizing what's different or unique about each person in your group,
Thank you.
right? And you're almost celebrating it, and you're teasing them and giving them a hard time
Right.
about it, but it's done with love. And if you take that away, it's like you're afraid to even say this thing because we all have to.
Well, you can't even notice the differences among you now.
Exactly, you're not allowed to, or it's hate speech. I mean, oh my God, when we were growing, it's kind of a good thing probably since they're retroactively canceling everybody decades later.
Aren't they? Not true.
Yeah, they are.
Fuck, if they could.
It's a good thing that we weren't on the internet like that when we were kids. We didn't grow up online like that, so to speak, where everything is documented.
VPN doesn't protect you, by the way. Whatever.
No,
Some of you
maybe
guys said
it doesn't.
VPN.
No,
I'm
it
telling you
doesn't.
right now, whatever VPN you paid for doesn't do shit against this. It's not doing shit. Whatever they've got now, whatever they've just rolled out in the last 60 days, it is meant to be the most tyrannical form of censorship they have ever had for social media. And they are focused entirely on Twitter because that's where Trump is.
Yeah.
Man, you knew you were in trouble once they went after the top lawyers in this country and the President of the United States and his kid. Once they started censoring President Donald J. Trump, none of us, it was like, oh shit, like.
Well, which is why you have to assume there is a plan or an answer in play. You can't assume that there's inaction.
There has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there has to be. They're literally going to rob the election by doing this.
Yeah. I mean, we are optimistic saying, oh, you're either going to vote for Trump or you're voting for the end of America. But that is only our perspective. We have no way, by being put in what you call digital ghettos and these echo chambers where we're invisible to everyone but ourselves. Right. And our reach is even smaller with each other than it used to be. Yep. We actually don't even have a realistic gauge of the other side of the aisle or the rest of the country. No. And you can't even go out your front door and talk to your neighbors anymore. And
they're all scared.
Yeah. You can't gauge it on rallies. We're not having rallies anymore. We don't have door knockers. I've never got a phone call for a poll.
You guys ever seen V for Vendetta? Everybody stay inside. There's curfew. No, you can't interact with each other. Don't think the wrong way. Remember when they black bagged the host of that late night show? They came to his house?
I think about that scene a lot. It's chilling.
They black bagged Dilley last night.
Not literally, though. You shouldn't say that.
Crazy.
I can't black bag you. We have too many guns by the bed.
Oh, yeah, no. I would never get taken alive. It wouldn't happen. But yeah, that's where you're at right now. And I just do what I do. The one place you can find me, you guys, and if, look, this isn't the same, and I'm going to find a way to keep doing this show, but I am going to try to start blogging a little bit more over on my Subscribestar. I'm a hell of a writer, in case you guys have not read my book.
He's a hell of a writer. You should see some of the stuff he used to write to me.
Subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. I'm going to keep updating over there. Got to figure out how we're going to fight this fight. I am going to continue to be guests on other people's shows. I don't think that's against the rules, is it? Can I be a guest? If they take me out tonight, can I just be a guest on Hublet's Periscope tomorrow and just do the whole show?
I offered that today. You can use my Periscope and be a guest on my Periscope until they delete me because of you.
We could do that. You guys want to try that out? You guys want me to do... What is your Periscope account?
It's the same as my Twitter. It's @_Hublet.
Yeah, that's easy to remember.
It's just a line.
Fucking Rihanna.
Okay, the story behind that is you were Hub Life originally, your big original account before politics.
Yes.
So I was never on Twitter. I got on Twitter to flirt with you during your self-help Q&A.
It's true.
It's true. So I was Hublet. But Hublet was taken by an inactive account. So I did a little underscore Hublet. I didn't know that you were going to be famous, and I didn't know that my beard was going to be famous. Okay?
Gotcha. Hublet for everybody.
_Hublet.
_Hublet
the little
on
line.
Periscope. So
Hublet.
if they do exactly what I think they're going to do, which is I'm going to end this broadcast at some point here shortly, and upon ending it, they're going to delete it. If you haven't seen it, it'll be gone. I hope you guys are taking notes, remembering this.
I'm going to try and download it before that happens.
Yeah, so they're going to delete this as soon as it's over. And tomorrow, I may just be a guest on somebody else's Periscope show. the Hublet Show. So if you want to know where to find it, you're going to go to @_Hublet on Periscope.
Everyone's going to be disappointed to see your beard and not mine.
I know.
It's okay, though.
But this is what I have to do. We got how many days we got till the election, babe?
You just have to wear
I'd love to read the chat, but there's no chat for me. Do you have a chat?
Mine's coming in and out. Oh, mine just came back.
I haven't had a chat for the
It's
last
gone again.
25
no,
minutes.
Mine's gone again.
They're trying to probably delete the show, but I'm streaming still, so I don't think they can actually do it.
Okay, so November 3rd.
So what do we got? 80 days?
I don't know.
85 days?
Here, you do math.
I'm not doing math.
I'm not doing math.
Our chat is collectively smarter than you and I.
Just ask them.
Somebody said call Levin and Lou Dobbs. Oh, do you have their number handy? Do you guys? I'd love to make that phone call, you guys. I'd love to call.
We have some cool connections.
I love Lou Dobbs. Are you shitting me? I love Lou Dobbs and I love Mark Levin. I would love to make that phone call. Does anybody have an ability to connect me? No? Say Randy's address again. _Hublet.
Here, I'm putting it in the chat right now.
Rihanna's putting it in the chat right now.
This is me saying hi. This is my @. For some reason.
You know what's amazing? I want to say something that's kind of stunning, okay? You guys realize, like, they have the ability to remove somebody's life work. Now, I'm not saying I'm anything special beyond what I do.
I was thinking about that today. Hundreds and hundreds.
You're going to just
I'm sorry, I got really upset because your content is so good and they took it all out. What, you've done more than 1,000 shows now, right? And they're all gone.
2,000.
2,000 and they're all gone. That's what I said. I said 2,000.
2,000 shows.
I count them.
Probably somewhere around like 300,000 or 400,000 tweets and jokes, and memes.
Thousands of hours of content. Good content. Premium content.
Like the world, the only people that are going to know that I existed is the people who actually saw me.
No, for now.
And heard me.
That'll change.
Yeah, but how many other people are like me? How many other Dillies were out there that were disenfranchised and destroyed by this? That were on a path in life to do something and to share something and to build something and then were destroyed. And were so demoralized. Maybe they didn't have a strong spouse to back them up. Maybe they didn't have a family that loved them or an audience that was like, that shows up and shows out and gets on the Subscribestar and makes sure that they can keep the lights on while they try to rebuild. Think about how many brilliant minds you'll never know existed or know even produced anything because they were deleted and removed.
That's the sad thing.
This is essentially book burning. It's digital book burning.
Digital book burning. But that's why they do it. It's to silence you. And if they made it easy, everybody would do it. You're right. If they made it easy, everybody would do it. But they don't make it easy because it's a fight. And it only took 3% of America to make the revolution happen. So
there you go.
You are in the minority, and it sucks that more people, because it is easy to walk away and say, fuck it, I'm just going to stick to my regular job.
Right.
But that's what makes you extraordinary.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I just feel a sense of responsibility to everybody watching this and everybody who has built a business around this. We became our own enterprise. You know, we didn't need Fox or CNN or any of these networks.
No, you created MAGA commerce with this show. So yeah, you are responsible and they're responsible, and you're all connected.
Yep. Connected. We come together like butt cheeks.
That was perfect.
So what do you think?
Or tits in a push-up bra.
There you go. Do we end the show and risk losing it? What do you think?
Every time you end your show, you risk losing it. Tell them where to find you one more time.
Subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. Subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. If you are a very MAGA patriot and you love this show and you believe and want to sponsor this whole endeavor, because apparently it's not just going to be this show anymore, you can email us there. I'm not going to lie to you. you're sponsoring this show, and it's big rewards, but it's big risk because China wants to remove me. So I have no idea if there's any bigger companies. I feel bad for smaller businesses. But if you got a larger company and you want to put your money where your patriotism is and you want to sponsor what we do to try and keep it going, I'd love to promote your products. But I'm getting to the point where the show is bigger. The sponsors almost have to be bigger because we need people with more clout and power. I need people that are able to sue the way I would sue if I'm censored. Understand that? Like if you're a big advertiser and they're deliberately demonetizing and fucking with or deplatforming your main source of marketing, you have a right to sue. Every sponsor that sponsors my show has a right to sue on this basis. So if you've still got a big, like if you want to sponsor the show, you've got a service or a business.
A class action going on here.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty, we're in a different realm now. We're not talking about just a few $100,000, you guys. We're in the seven figures, multiple seven figures range now as far as how much commerce is done via this show. So if you guys, you still are like, fuck this, and I'm in it to win it, you want to make sure that I'm able to keep coming back every day, because I'm not going to lie to you, it's a fucking bitch to have to keep trying to find a way to get on the air. It's the craziest shit I've ever dealt with.
But you're so good at dealing with bitches.
But yeah, you want to sponsor the show, man, you can just email us, your business, we'll get you pricing. At this point, no promises, because we're in a fight for the country. I mean, the truth is, you're going to have a hell of a lot bigger problems to deal with in 3 months if we don't get President Trump reelected.
Yeah, very much so.
Advertising and your business will be the least of your fucking problems. They're going to go through that voter roll. They're going to go through that voter roll and find out.
Well, apparently, considering what you're dealing with, they don't even have to do that.
Nope.
They apparently have a lot of access to your data that we don't even know how they're getting.
They have access to everything.
I gotta say though, your sponsors are incredible.
They're amazing people.
As far as I checked the email every time this happens, I check the email thinking that it's gonna be a whole bunch of chaos and fires and sponsors freaking out, and they never do. I always get the messages of, we love you, Dilley, we support you, you're doing great, we're sticking with you.
We have the best of the best. I have the best sponsors. We have the best everything for this show. I have the best fans. I could not feel more appreciative for that. All right, Randy, you want to say goodbye real quick? This is Hublette, by the way. My fiance decided to join me and co-host today.
Thanks for having me, Brendan. Sorry, next time I'll be ready for video, because I think it's boring to just hear my voice.
Oh, it's a sultry voice, though.
Is it a sultry voice?
That's not sultry. That sounds hungry.
So
your Twitter account.
Food is sexy. @_Hublette.
Fucking underscore. @_Hublette. HUBLETTE.
You can @Hublette too. That's my art account.
Yeah, so @Hublette. Same thing on Periscope. You can find my account by going to subscribestar.com/The Dilley Show. You can follow me on CloutHub, General Dilley. CloutHub, it's General Dilley is my handle in there. And on Parler, which is Hub Life. And I do got a good following over on Parler. And I'm going to be leaving my comment. If you like my tweets, my commentary will be on Parler today.
Do you have your Parler ads and your CloutHub ads and all that on your Subscribestar?
I don't know, but I will be adding them as soon as the show is over.
Okay.
Please also, because I can't tweet these out, check out the sponsors, licorishguy.com, promo code Dilley15. You're going to check out Reap Financial by calling 512-249-7300. You're going to check out sicktea.co. You're going to use promo code DilleyDilley. And you're going to check out our daily sponsor, which is kleave.com. And you're going to use promo code DilleyDilley. But God bless you guys. God bless America. God bless President Donald J. Trump. I am author Brendan Dilley. And I'll see all of you guys tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of The Dilley Show. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Stay safe out there. And God bless you guys. But there is no way. This is the United States of America. We're not giving up our sovereignty to anybody. Fuck that. We came too close. Now we're going back the other direction. We're not going to get calmer as years go by. We're going to get more fired up. We're going to want more. I want more. This culture war, you fucking idiots, is not something about just, the next re-election. We want it all back. We want our schools back. We want our education. We want our higher education back. We want our banking back. We want our celebrity fucking entertainment industries back. We want our music back. We want our sports back. We're fighting for all of it. I won't stop until we have every fucking aspect of Americanism back and actually representing America. We're raising an entire generation of patriots right behind us who have the exact same attitude and thoughts and approach. We're raising children. You're aborting them, we're raising them. And we're raising them to vote. We're raising them to recognize bullshit. We're training them to not trust the government or the media. We're training them in weapons. We're training them in free speech. There's not a fucking thing the left can do about it. We're not going away. This is only the beginning. Globalism was a failed idea. That was the George Bush era Republican, rhino, sellout, scumbag, globalist approach to things. This is a new America. This is a new America that resembles the old America, except for with a lot more wisdom. And you're just going to have to get used to it, lefties. We're not going anywhere.